Welcome to Enlightenment Unknown, Life of a Spiritual Nomad. Join Reiki Master and Quantum Healing expert Wes Coons as he guides listeners through the depths of self-discovery and spiritual enlightenment to uncover the version of you we haven't met yet. Hello and welcome back to Enlightenment Unknown, Life of a Spiritual Nomad. Wes, oh my God, I'm so excited today because you said season 2 we were going to see a lot of special guests, and we have heard about this guy a lot. So who do we have here today?
I have my closest friend, my guardian angel, Ty. He's here. Hey, Ty, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Guardian angel, come on, bro.
I remember when we first met, you wanted to work for me at the real estate company, and I'm like, I don't want any new agents, and you kept showing back up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure, you can't get rid of me that easy.
Yeah.
How long have you been trying?
I know. And one day you came into the office and you gave me that non-commissioned officer, that Marine Corps sword. Remember that?
Yep, I remember.
And I think we became instant friends after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went from that to, hey, you want to go to the club? Yep.
Yeah. We hung out all summer. It was cool.
Summer. What a good summer.
So, we've talked about a lot on the show. I mean, what is your perspective of everything? What did you see from your eyes with going through this stuff? Because you were always there. You were always supportive. You participated in everything. But what was it like for you?
Wow. So it really was a unexpected journey. I don't know what was going to happen in the next step, the next turn, the next corner. You asked me to show up somewhere. I said, okay, let's go see what it's about.
Yeah.
And it never disappointed. It was always an adventure. Not always fun. Not always a fun adventure. Not always a happy adventure, but an adventure nonetheless. And I think we made it through pretty good.
So, was it real?
It was definitely real.
Yeah.
It was definitely real. It was definitely not natural. It was definitely not natural. The things that I've seen and experienced, and especially me coming from a super spiritual upbringing in the church, I've seen spiritual warfare, in the church, and I mean, I've seen demon-possessed people and demons being cast out by spiritual leaders and preachers and pastors and things of that nature. But I saw something really different this time with you, buddy.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it.
10 out of 10 definitely would not recommend.
Yeah. So, we went through that whole 9 months together. We probably had dinner almost every night. One of the things I don't think I ever shared with you until recently is, after I dropped you off at night, I had nowhere to go. I didn't want to go home. And I'd sit in these parking lots by myself with the car off. And I liked that time of night because the energy had slowed down. It was so open, everything. We couldn't go down Atlantic or Pacific Avenue past 17th Street because one intersection, whatever's there.
Listen, so we would go out to dinner. It's the same place every night. We'll go in between the same 3 places every single night. And how do you get lost in the city you lived in your whole life? Mm-hmm. The area you've been to your whole life, and you get lost going to the same place you've been 3 nights ago. The energy shifts and the energy levels that he was experiencing. I didn't feel it. It didn't affect me, but I physically saw and witnessed. How did you not know where you're going when we were just here last night? So yeah, it was in that one area, and the hearse. The hearse.
Yeah, there's. If you're not familiar with Virginia Beach, you got Atlantic Avenue, Pacific Avenue, then what? Mediterranean, Baltic, whatever. Nobody cares about the third one. But it's from 1st Street to like 88th Street. So, it's not difficult to go from 5th to 30th Street unless you're West and you have spiritual attachments and you can't figure shit out. So, But there is this haunted house at the ocean front that drives around. The hearse drives around. Well, the hearse driving around had dead people in it, of course. And, we'd sit there at the stoplight, and all of a sudden I'm super uncomfortable, and I look back, and that fucker's always right there.
Right there, right on him.
Yeah, that guy was always there.
And and I look over to the driver's seat. He's usually driving. I'm in the passenger, and he's squirming around like, what is wrong with you? Oh, okay. Yeah, the hearse is behind us. That's what's wrong.
Yeah. So there's that. So, we went through all those things, and but what we just finished talking about not too long ago, Ty, was Lakota.
Yeah.
And going up to the mountain for the very first time was cool. And I was there this last weekend. Remember that rock when you crossed the bridge that was sitting there?
With the writing or the drawings on it.
Yeah. It was basically a picture of a medicine wheel. So it was a circle with a cross in it. And of course, Lakota's like, oh, that's to let everybody know it's a sacred place. And it's the medicine wheel. And I looked at Ty. And what did I say to your ass, man?
He said, I won't let them lynch you, bro. I won't let them hang you.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what's going on with this shit, but it looked like some KKK shit to me, man.
Yep. I'm like, listen, man. I'm coming out of here alive. I don't care what I have to do.
Yeah. So just going back up there this weekend, thinking about what that was like for us the very first time, because it was nerve-wracking, man. I was in trouble.
Yeah. We went up there with, hey, just go to this address and you're going to meet this person with no other explanation of expectations. And it was just literally wilderness and nothing. And it was definitely nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we get up there, and she was obviously super nice and is a wonderful person. But then she, you and I have had to chew on sage more than a few times.
Oh gosh, thank you. By the way, because if we had to chew on it 10 times, I would say 10 times it was your fault.
Rally 11. Well, we got caught cussing at the sacred fire, so then we had to chew sage. But she's like, go to these these holy places on the mountain and say these prayers, and
written on paper in another language.
Yeah, right. And remember the bear?
Oh gosh. So we're walking from one point to, and these points, I mean the incline, we're about 60-degree incline going up a hill, and that's what it seemed like, at least. But we're going from these points, and you're not moving real fast because it's all incline. Mm-hmm. And we hear this ruffling behind us off to the trees, and there's a bear going back into the woods, walking from behind us.
Yeah.
We didn't even hear him.
Yeah, I said, hey, bear, and the look on your face like, what are you talking about? I was like, there's a fucking bear right there, bro.
Good gracious, man. What'd you get me into?
Yeah, pretty much. So when we were going through that, and we were at the mountain with her, remember the first time we were on the medicine wheel and she sang?
Yep.
It sounded like, you heard it. It sounded like there was 10 speakers around this giant stone at the property, and it's like 12, 14 feet across, right?
Yeah, it's a diameter is about 12, 14 feet.
Yeah. And so on that, it's broken into 4 quadrants, and those are the 4 directions, east, south, west, and north. In Native American culture, that represents the archangels. Then Mother Earth.
It's a circle in the center.
Yeah, the circle in the center is your heart, right. And then it goes to Jesus Christ. Yeah. So there's 7 points. Mm-hmm. And so when she was singing, I call it singing it alive, but she sings a song that awakens the wheel. And what did it sound like to you, man?
So, okay, so she's singing in Lakota language, and it's almost like an opera style of singing. It's like she has a soprano. I'm painting a picture here, guys. She has a soprano type voice, and she elongates her words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when she does that, I can hear behind me and behind, almost like a 360 behind us, that those notes vibrating or echoing back. It's not an echo. It's amplified. It's amplifying back to us. And I started with my eyes closed, you know, ceremoniously, I guess. You're supposed to close your eyes.
Yeah.
But then I hear that. I'm like, wait a second. I'll open my eyes. Like, what's that going on behind me? And it's nothing. No one there. No speakers. She doesn't have a microphone. It's just loud. I'm like, how?
Now, when I was seeing it the first time, the vibration was so high, you could see it in the atmosphere. You could see it in the air, and it looked like little minnows or little like
pixie dust.
Yeah,
I call it like pixie dust. Like it's like Tinkerbell.
Yeah,
Tinkerbell. Like she drops off when she.
Yeah. Dude,
dust.
It was nuts, man. It was nuts. You felt that through your body. It sounded like there was these speakers that was just blowing your eardrums out, but it really didn't hurt. You know, the air was vibrating.
You can feel the vibrations bouncing off your chest and off your back. I'm like, where's the speakers? Where's the amp? You know, I feel it. I can feel it. This isn't regular. This isn't normal.
Yeah, she's a 130-pound, 70-year-old woman, and she's moving planets with her song and doing that. And so we didn't get to stay up there long because I had to go back and move my camper. Remember the people at the campground kept fucking with me, right?
Yeah, place.
Making me move my shit.
Yeah. Every couple of days you had to move, every week or so.
Yeah, every week. I'm paying $2,500 a month to be miserable there. And it was because of the vibration that I carried. Yeah. It wasn't personal. It's just, you know, the energy I carried, the darkness that I had on me, the things crawling on me.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to verbalize that, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear you say that a lot, how, and I see it when you point it out. I see how people's reactions or treated you differently during that time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say I didn't feel it. I didn't feel you weren't any different to me. I guess that's why I was able to withstand it. I was able to.
It's how he can stand be around me.
Yeah. He's not. You're not a jerk like you are to everyone else.
Yeah. Hey, kidding. Tell all the girls on here that how you can stand being around me, so I might get a date one day, right?
Yeah. Don't do it. Just kidding.
That's funny.
But no, man. Yeah. I mean, I guess I had to be numb to that, you know, to be able to go through everything we went through, because it was a lot, bro. We went through some stuff, man.
Yeah, and Kennedy was right there, and so we did everything. She's seen everything, and then Sandra Grace. I mean, when she started showing up, you remember Linda and Kathleen?
Yep, they were at the house, right?
Yeah, they were at the show a couple weeks ago, and they're sitting there. You were at the house when they were talking to dead people too, right?
Yes. No, I was never there when they were there. We always missed each other.
Okay, yeah.
I always saw the pictures and got the clip notes.
Yeah, we got the pictures. I'd call Ty and he'd be like, "No way, no way." I'm like, "Yeah, man, this just happened." He's like, "No fucking way."
That's more like it. Well, I was like, "Yeah, you were saying it wrong. No effing way. You're right."
Yeah. Yesterday was crazy. The day before that was insane, and today is even worse.
For real. Like, well, now it's like, it's just normal now. It's normal. This is our normal life now. It's like, what else could happen? What else is
Yeah. We'll go to Chick's down at the beach and have dinner. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Man, there's a dead person staring at me, right?"
Oh, you talking about normal things. Okay.
Yeah, the normal things we talk about. So Ty's hitting me up because this house that I had was really cool and it had this beautiful backyard. He's like, "Can I go over and swim in the pool?" I'm like, "I'm not fucking going over there at night," but it didn't mess with you.
It didn't mess with me. I was there by myself for like, I think it was like midnight. I'm like, I'm going to go for a midnight swim. Hey, man, turn on the lights remotely. Yeah. And he'll turn the lights on remotely. He's like, I'm not going there. I swim and nothing.
I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. At one point, I was living in the camper and I called you up and I said, "Hey, this pastor guy wants us to come to his church." Remember that?
Yep.
And I don't even think we knew what we were going there for, did we?
Had no idea. You said you wanted to. You reached out to a pastor, and he said he wanted to meet with you, and you knew I was into the church. You wanted me to come with you. Sure, I'll come with you.
Yeah. So, we're driving out towards Chesapeake, and we're supposed to take the last left before the Twin Bridges, going to Grassfield, right?
Yep.
So we're in the fucking truck rolling, and Ty goes, "How long till we're going to be there, right?" And I said, it's the last exit before the bridge. And you're like, "Man, that was like 35 minutes ago, remember?"
Because, yeah, okay. We're driving, and like I didn't know where we were going. We were going to Chesapeake, and he's driving, and we're like, okay, like where are we going? Like, is there a destination? Because we're not going anywhere. We're like, we just passed this place already.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, I was seeing the same eighth of a mile over and over and over in my mind, and I don't know, did the truck feel weird to you? Because it felt like to me we're in like this fog, or at least I was in a fog.
It was a weird atmosphere going on. I don't know what to call it. It was a weird atmosphere going on. We didn't speak much. We didn't talk. You know, usually
which isn't normal for us.
We talking trash. We're laughing and remember the time and hey this and all that other crap. But it was quiet. We were quiet there, and it was a long drive. And I'm like, man, how long till we get there, bro? Where are we going? You know, because I had no, you know, like I said, I didn't have an address. I didn't know what area we were going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we figured that out and got back. And, you know, when we got to the church, it wasn't a traditional church. It was, you know, a commercial area that he had a church in. And
almost looked like a school building.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now, what I seen when I walked in there was that same fog. I mean, I felt discombobulated. I felt disconnected. And I don't know if you've seen the rats and the snakes, but there's like rats and snakes running across the desks and stuff like that. Did you see or feel any of that?
No, sir, because I would not have stayed. That's a fact.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I did not see that. Yeah. But I can attest to like the, I don't know, like the weird feeling, the eerie feeling. Okay, all right. I don't know. I'm a big movie buff. Nightmare on Elm Street. When I guess the first one, when like she's in a dream zone and there's fog coming up off the ground and it's like weird and like every Halloween movie in a graveyard in a cemetery with the fog coming up, that's what it seemed like. Mm-hmm. It was eerie.
Yeah, it was.
And to be honest, like at first, I'm just being honest, I didn't trust the pastor and his deacon.
Oh, is that what the guy was, his deacon?
His deacon, yeah. They were like, and I didn't like. It felt at first I was real like kind of standoffish within myself. I had my poker face on, but standoffish. I didn't trust them. But then, as they started speaking, after we started, okay, yeah, they're good people. You know me, I can feel it.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that. I mean, what I remember is going in there. And the dude, I just felt like the dude was just just chewing me out instantly. And I was trying to take pictures of the rats and stuff. And he's like, what are you doing? What are you taking pictures? And I'm like, I'm taking pictures of the fucking rats. What are you doing?
Yeah, he was real serious and really matter of fact.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was cool. He was nice.
Doing his job.
He was doing his job. You're right.
Yeah.
He wasn't there to mess around. You're right.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think we were there a few hours, right?
No, sir. You said that before. It wasn't out. It was literally. It was probably about 45 minutes to an hour.
Really?
Maybe an hour 15.
You're kidding me.
Nah. It was, and
I did not know. I thought we were there for like 3 fucking hours.
Nah. Dude. The heaviness of it, man, heavy. It was heavy in that room. Every stage of emotion I've experienced in that situation, like sad, scared again, sad.
Yeah.
What the hell? Everything. I'm like, and those are emotions. Those are emotions. Like, what the hell is an emotion? And also the other, what the fuck too.
Yeah.
But it was all of that, but it was only like I said at most an hour 15, and it was a lot of different shifts.
Yeah, I would have bet everything that it was 3 hours because I don't think we ever really talked about that.
Not really, like we talked around it.
Yeah, and I don't think I ever really asked that clear question. So let me ask you this question. In my mind, when he was doing that stuff, my left arm was like flailing all over the place. Was that real?
I'm gonna see. I'm trying to remember the seating arrangement.
Because
you were,
you were to my left.
Yep.
So we were sitting side by side to my left, and the other guys, the pastor was directly, I think, in front of me, and I guess the deacon guy was in front of you.
Yeah. So, but with some space, like you can tell, like they were taking security measures too. Like they didn't know what to expect. Like they were not standoffish, but in a defensive.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, look, you know, I see everything. I'm watching there. I want to know your body language. I want to know what you're doing. And yeah, they were like that. But then, as we all, like I said, like I lightened up, they lightened up, and it went from who are, because we were strangers. They didn't know us. We never met. So who are these guys, you know? Mm-hmm. I think it went from that to, you know, this guy really needs help, you know, and that went away, and it went to, you know, grabbing the Bible and going to work as a preacher or pastor, you know, was. He did his job, and he went to work, man. Yeah.
Well, I remember one point saying I was looking for a pair of scissors to kill y'all motherfuckers. That happened, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And with that in mind, I had to drive home with you too.
Yeah.
So that was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I do remember. I'm glad that was accurate, because I remember everybody kind of took like about 6 inches back in their chair.
Yeah, like slide a little bit. Like, yeah, man, don't do that, please.
Yeah.
If you can.
So there's that. And but was my arm flailing? I feel like it was. I feel like I remember it was. I know when I had the other exorcism with the priest, it definitely was.
Both times you were doing. It was more than a arm twitch. Like your jaw, like you're winding your neck, cranking your neck, your jaw from side to side. You know, you're shrugging your shoulders, working your shoulders. You know, you can tell you were tensed and uncomfortable, and it's so funny. Like you said, everyone was 6 inches back on each chair. You said no. When you said that, I got 12 inches further. I was already 6 inches back when you were squirming. I took another 12 inches when you said you were going to kill everybody. So yeah, it was you were visibly uncomfortable, and it's weird because I had just taken what had to be an hour drive now with you from Virginia Beach out there, and you know you weren't like that. You weren't doing that during that time, but you can tell. I mean, your skin was red. Your face was red. Your face was like twisted up and frowned up. I'm like, what is going on right now? Like I'm like, oh, I actually see, like you. It wasn't you anymore. I can actually see a whole different being.
Yeah.
Being. And now I'm looking at you, seeing your body, your face, and hearing your voice, but that's not you.
Yeah. I didn't know you seen that, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to experience that with me.
No, don't apologize. I signed up for it, remember?
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man. We got through it together, right?
Yeah, that was fucking painful, man. Yeah.
I saw the pain. I saw that, and you know what? As a friend, you know, going through all of it, I say it like this. I remember one time you came and picked me up. We were going to have dinner. We were drinking, and we were not drinking. We were having a couple of beers, and I had a little buzz, and you got so fed up. I'm like, man, we were laughing and joking in one sense. You got so fed up, and you're so sick of this. And I felt that, and I was so passionately angry. And like, my friend is going through, like, why? I mean, I was so angry, and I'm like, I wanted to do, like, I'm gonna join the fight with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you were fighting. I'm like, what? I got to do something, because you shouldn't be going through this. You didn't do anything to deserve that, and that's what made me like join the fight, because like, this is a good dude who's helping me, who showed obvious love for me, and a all around good person who's getting beat up on by something that he can't even physically fight back.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating for me to see you go through that. And I'm like, nah, all right, what's next? I'm there too. You know, I wanted to fight with you, so
No, I appreciate it, man. We hung out. We were thick as thieves, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And going up the Sky Bar the weekends was fun.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, we definitely found some trouble.
Yeah.
We definitely found some time to get in trouble.
Yeah. So it was some good times. So I remember at one point the guy kept saying he wanted the demon's name. And he threw out like George or something, which wasn't it. And then a little bit later, it threw out the real name. I just remember after that, when he started repeating the demon's real name, that the pain like doubled or tripled.
It was the weirdest thing because like you said, when he asked for the name and like you were talking, but it wasn't you.
Yeah.
And we all saw that it wasn't you. And he asked, "Who are you? What is your name?" And I don't know if my brain just blocked it out. I can't remember the name, and
don't say the name.
My brain won't even allow it. But it was definitely someone else. That being's characteristics took over, and your characteristics weren't there anymore. Yeah, I'm talking about your movement, the way you move, your stance, your gait. Mm-hmm. It wasn't there. It was like physically, and I'm sitting there next to you, and I'm like, I just watched a transformation.
Yeah,
and I'm like, do I kill it or like what do I do? Like, so it was definitely. It was really jarring. It was jarring to see a physical transformation. I mean, it's physical. It was physical in the sense of like your gait, your mannerisms, and those things. But your body was you, and the voice was you-ish.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite your voice.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't your speech. It wasn't the way that you speak. And I'm like, this is, and like I said, I grew up in a church and I've seen smaller micro doses of that. I've never seen to that extent. So to ask me if I believe it's real, I say yes because I've seen it before on a very, very small scale. This was bigger and scarier.
And you had to ride home with
and I had to ride home. I'm like, what if he grabbed those scissors and have them in his pocket right now? Is he still gonna?
Yeah. So when it left, I felt it go out my back. It felt like somebody had flayed my skin off. Where did it go? I don't remember what the minister dude was doing. I don't remember any of that. And did it just go off into the room somewhere? I mean, I don't understand what happened. Do you know?
That's a spiritual question. I do not know. So like you said, like I said, I've seen demonic spirits being cast out of people, but like where do those, where does those spirits go? I don't know, bro.
I know when I pull things out of people, I throw it. I don't judge it. I give it to the foot of Jesus. So maybe he did that, but I was terrified that it got Kennedy or something because she was in the truck, which
right, she wasn't in the room with us.
No, but she was safe. But that's all I could think about was that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, and I don't think he ever said like, all right, this thing is out of here. Sent it back to hell. We didn't say. I have no idea, bro.
Yeah,
that's different. That's a different thing to think of.
So that was the first exorcism. the first,
but not the last.
Yeah. So we still had a couple more to go. So Andrea, what do you think about all that?
I'm just glad there's someone here who can like really verify all of this for Wes, because I know he has said a lot of times he's really struggles sometimes with the details of that exorcism because time and space were definitely a little warped for him during that.
Very much so. It was warped. It's crazy because, like he said, it was warped for me too at times, and with what he retained and what I retained, we can piece together the almost the whole picture of how. But I still have holes. It was really. Like I said, I think some things, like I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared, and I think I pushed some of the things away. But it was definitely real. It was definitely real. I was there for it.
Yeah, and that's what I want to talk a little bit to you about, Ty. Like, I might ask you a few questions here in a little bit, but I do want to just say, knowing Wes, he's very near and dear to my heart. And so when he talks about you, and he says you were his guardian angel, like. That's a true statement. I can see how much you mean to him, and especially during that time to have a friend like you. Like I told him everyone needs a friend like Ty.
Oh goodness, you're making me blush. But and I'm dark too, so for me to blush, that's a lot. But Wes, this was an easy thing, and then all right, now I gotta sing your praises, Wes. All right, here we go. All right. So I mean, Wes was. When I met Wes in the real estate office and we decided to work together, one of the things he told me, he said, I'll show you the things, because I was a brand new real estate agent. And he said, I'll show you things, and I'll teach you, and I'll show you how to make money. And he said, even if you get into trouble, he said, I'll walk through hell with you, but I can't. He said, I can't walk through hell for you, but I'll walk through hell with you. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wow, that's a powerful statement. But then the statement became action. He was really, really there. He really meant those words. And I'm like, man, my friend is going through hell right now.
Yeah.
And we walked through that. We walked through hell together, man, and we're out of it.
Yeah, now I modify that. I say, I'll walk through hell. I can't do it for you, but I'll do it with you, and I know the shortcut. So get off on the first fucking exit, dude.
First exit. Jump, tuck and roll. Don't even wait for traffic.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if did I ever tell you about the time that I heard, actually about the time that they showed me how to get to hell? Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah, this was like last year.
No.
Yeah, so we did it in one of the episodes, didn't we? Yeah. So energetically in your mind, you can see things. You see healing space. There's things that are there, and they showed me how to access hell. And I thought about it, and I'm like, maybe next time.
Yeah, let's not. Please don't, because what we've been through.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that again, bro.
Well. You know me.
I know you well.
So, I wanted to see an Ozzy Osbourne tribute band at Elevation 27 down here, which is a fantastic place.
Yeah.
And the energy in there was bizarre. There wasn't a lot of people. The energies are usually really good. And so I excused myself and went to the restroom, and I could see it in my mind, and I heard this voice, "Come on in."
Oh.
And the devil doesn't sound like, "Oh, hello, this is the devil" shit. It sounded like a regular dude, but his confidence fucking intimidated me. And I thought about it, and I'm like, we can just go in there and fuck everybody up. It'll be fine. I don't need nobody. I'm a fucking Marine, man. We're good.
This, right?
We got this. I've already been given the golden armor of God. I fucking got this sword. And I remember I stopped, and I knew enough that I don't know enough. Mm-hmm. And I asked Archangel Michael to come, and I asked him, what do you think? And I'm in the men's room by myself, right? And he came behind me and like bear hugged me from behind, and you could feel the strength of his wings taking me away, each swoop. And after about 6 or 7 swoops, I could feel the arrogance of the devil. He's like, you know, I didn't need to go there. He would have kicked my ass. But Michael's whispered in my ear, "Not yet, brother.
Yeah.
Not yet." He didn't say we couldn't go.
Right.
So when it's time to go, I'm calling you, Ty.
Hey,
I'm calling you.
Let me sharpen my sword then, bro. I'm ready.
Being in the United States Marine Corps, the most decorated service of all services in the world, and Ty was in the Army, we do need support. We need somebody to drive the truck to get us there. So
I mean, I guess you guys are kind of all right. I mean, you guys not quite soldiers, but
yeah, but no, I love you, man. You're my friend. You'll always be my friend
till the end.
And so thank you for being on the show, brother.
Of course, you know it.
All right, I love you.
Love you, man.
I'm not ready to say I love you, but I like you a lot, Ty.
Give it another 10 minutes. You
and
can't
I was
resist.
in the Navy, so I think Ty and I together could really whoop your ass, Wes.
Too easy.
That's all.
Too
Hey,
easy.
hey, Ty, ask what she did in the Navy, bro.
What did you do in the Navy?
I was a photographer.
Oh, look at that. Look at you. Listen, well, how about this? You could take good pictures of me and us fighting.
Thank you, Ty. We're going to have another interview, though.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm
so
ready.
this is not the end of Ty. This is just episode 1.
Intermission.
Yes.
I'll take it.
You've been listening to Enlightenment Unknown with Wes Coons, your guide on the quest for self-discovery and the version of you we haven't met yet.